A lot of people want to know, what's the secret to booking a TV commercial? Well, in this video, we sit down over cocktails with commercial director David Jellison, who's been in the business 31 years, has directed over 600 TV commercials. He tells us what it takes to book a TV commercial from a director's viewpoint. Cheers.
Yeah, baby.
Here we are.
We survived.
We did. Maybe. So far.
So far. This has been filmed during COVID, kids. So
During COVID. Let me
every
ask you
day's
this.
precious.
How long have you been a director?
21 years.
Wow.
Directed my first spot in 1999. First actual paid spot. I did a couple of music videos and a couple of spec spots. But my first actual paying job was for Fog Dog. We shot in Moab, Utah, and Southern California.
Wow.
Fog Dog is it's the first online sports athletic gear website.
How many do you, and I don't know if you know the number, how many commercials have you directed?
I've directed almost 600 at this point, and then as a first AD, and this is back in the 90s and in the sort of the .com frenzy. But there were years that I worked between 285 and 300 days a year.
Jesus.
And by the way, turning down jobs, multiple jobs every day, because the business was that dynamic, was that energetic, and it was very television focused, obviously.
Sure.
This is pre-internet.
Sure.
So it was, you were on set every day, and you were on set also with Academy Award winning DPs and Academy Award winning directors,
Yeah.
and production designers, and the budgets were up to $4 million. I was on jobs that lasted 6 weeks, and we went to Argentina, and we went to Canada, and we were literally taking Learjets on tech scouts.
Jeez.
Which people, it's
Back in the day.
Back in the day, it's kind of incomprehensible now, but it was automatic because the money was there and the time wasn't.
Sure.
There was a tremendous time crunch
Sure.
to get these jobs out, and it was a very exciting time to be in the business.
So let me ask you this. So when an actor gets a callback and they walk into the room, who's in the room for the callback normally?
Non-COVID.
Right.
Normally hopefully it's the director, my executive producer is always there, because she's great. She has a great eye and understands what's going on. Depending on what the situation with the agency is, it's generally the copywriter, the agency art director. Copywriter wrote the spot. Agency art director is obviously in charge of the visuals, and the agency producer. So those three people.
Okay.
And then very rarely we would have a client come in, but mainly it's those people.
So the client's not normally in the room?
Not normally in the room.
Okay.
And this happened, the level of trust of the agencies really increased during the .com era. They were like, just go do something funny, or just go do something amazing. So there was a lot of trust between the clients and the agency already always delivered. And it's very competitive within an agency. As an art director, you want the spot to be amazing because you're graded on that.
Sure.
And as the copywriter, same thing. So when you come in this room as an actor, this is the first time they're really seeing the wheels get up on their idea. They're seeing interaction between the actors, especially if it's a dialogue heavy piece. If it's
they're excited about that.
They're excited about it, hopefully.
Right.
But here's the other part that few people understand is they might have been on this project for 6 months. And what also happens during the creative process for agencies is they'll come up with an amazing idea, and 9 times out of 10 it's too creative for the client. So then they go back to the drawing board, and then it gets dumbed down, and then the client's like, we like this part, we don't like all the other funny parts. And ultimately what happens is, sadly, unless it's a really smart client, is you get a watered down idea. And actors don't if the director says, it said, and this is what I do a lot in callbacks, I go, do one how you want to do it.
Right.
And this is,
I've
talked to Dan a lot. One of the things that I think actors should always do is
do it how you do.
Do it how you do, but also prep. Have a line, have a word, have some kind of nuance that's going to make your performance stand out. And if the director says, just give me one how you would say it, in your own words, have it be so good and so different.
Be ready.
Be ready. Because it doesn't happen a lot, but if somebody says that to you, then you have to
be ready.
Put that chamber in the round and go, here you go.
Got it.
And you're going to kill them.
Yeah.
So that's a really important thing.
Yeah.
But if the director says on set you want how you want to do it, which is very rare again, because it's just time is money is too dangerous.
Sure.
If you have 3 versions of it, don't go to the one that's going to be the one that's going to scare the shit out of everybody.
Right.
Pick the one in the middle.
Right.
Because then that way you're going to be able to see a balance, and somebody might like it and go, "Oh, do that again,"
right? And
then you get to expand. So
sure.
So just there's a little balance, nuance,
and that is what do you look for in an actor at a callback? And it sounds like that's one of the things. It's somebody who's got more than one thing prepared. Like they've got more than one idea of how this goes.
Well, I'll tell you what. In that, here's what preparation is the old line. Preparation takes the pressure off your luck.
Sure.
So when the actors are prepared, you can really tell because they come in, they're confident. They, like this is one of the things I said when I first, you walked in the room like you were incredibly comfortable in that environment. One of the things I talk about in the world of acting is all about, appearing to be comfortable while you are uncomfortable. How you can make that work for you.
Right.
And you just came in. You were very natural. You didn't. But it was clear you understood the character. And to me, the key is when you get that script. Even that script it's a 30-second spot, and you have 2 lines.
Right.
Do various reads on those lines
100
times until you know how to say it 18 different ways.
Sure.
One of the mistakes actors make is when they come in, I always tell my casting director, give them 2 takes to put on tape.
Sure.
And inevitably they read it the same.
Right.
Both times. I'm like, no, that shows no range.
Right.
So to me, what I look for is a person who has done their homework.
Yeah.
And also who is respectful of their partner, their scene partner, if there is one.
Yeah.
Really understand who that is.
Right.
And what their dynamic with that character is.
Right.
Which, by the way, just to let you know, on average, I will see anywhere between 50 and 70 people per role. So the competition is steep. And then on average, I call back 10 to 12 people per role max.
Okay.
So if I have a scene with a family, so there's 10 people.
12,
so there's basically, I'll look at 50 people in a day. So when you come in, again, be prepared, know your material, have alternative options on your reactions with the material, and how you interact with the other people in the room.
So is it looks, talent, or some other thing that at the end of the day that helps them book the job? What's your take on that?
It's really how much money they send me. And then it really that determines it. Because I hand them all my address.
You don't have to have looks, talent, just money.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Write a check.
Yeah. So actually what it is you'll pick somebody, there's, in your head, like when I'm drawing storyboards, in your head you kind of have an idea what this character looks like, or and again, I've been pleasantly surprised, and there's nothing better than like, oh, I think it's a tall, thin Asian man, and it turns out to be, the best person, and I cast wide, was a short, athletic black woman. I always try to push the envelope in terms of not having it to be the expected character, and I think you see that more and more in advertising now. That multiracial families and just all kinds of couples, and like you see in real life, and I think that's a big part of the narrative now. So, but again, what really performance is number one.
Ooh.
And that's it.
That's
It's
good to know.
And even if it's something, I'll do a lot of spots that don't have dialogue, right? But what I do is I write dialogue for everybody and make them talk, because it's very different. I can't gauge your skill set if you just come in and you just this is me.
This is me.
Right. So I will give them, and I'll pair them up with somebody else, and I'll say, here's your scene, and go. And everybody gets the same scene, obviously, the same script. So then I can get a baseline for skill.
I see.
Because some people can come in and go, oh, you look amazing, but you get them on set, and they're like, they're very wooden and haven't clearly are inexperienced.
Sure.
So, and I'll also look, by the way. So once I'm getting down to like the final three, then in the modern era, I'll click on IMDb, see if they've done what they've done.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
you do check IMDb.
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
And because what I want to do is like, oh my God, this guy's been in 38 television shows, or he's been in nothing.
Right.
So if you get a person, and sometimes I'll recognize people on too, but a lot of times I won't. But you'll go on their IMDb page and you can see that they've done a lot of work.
Sure.
And to me, a person like that jumps more to the top of the pile, because I'm like, this guy or gal will be able to deliver on the day beyond.
They're hiring him over and over for a reason.
Right. Correct.
Got it.
It's like you've gotten this far because you're
show
good.
up, you hit the mark, you say your lines,
Right.
you know what you're doing. So here's a question. Here's a good one. What is the most common mistake that actors make in a callback for a commercial?
Drinking before they come into the set.
Besides drinking.
Besides drinking. Lack of preparation. That's because I think there are a lot of people that think, it's a commercial, and I have one line, and who cares? And it's evident, because I've actually seen people, surprisingly large amount of people come in and choke on their one line. I'm like, oh, sorry, literally one line. I'm like, we live in Los Angeles, and most of these people, it's going to be a 45-minute drive to the, where the casting is. And like, during that 45-minute drive, just run your line over and over. Just run that. So then you could come in, you give me variations, you own the line, and you feel like you are that character. That's it.
How important is it to take direction?
It's the whole reason you're there.
Is it not the most important thing?
It is the most important.
It's the most important thing.
Well, seems pretty simple. Learn how to take direction and be prepared. I'll be doing more interviews with directors and casting directors in future videos, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button down there so you don't miss any of my tutorials, tips on on-camera work or acting or on-camera confidence or any of those things that we're going to be doing every single week. We're going to be bringing you something new and different. So subscribe if you haven't done it. Tell your friends. And have a great weekend, I suppose. I'm going to. So there you have it. Oh, yeah, and there's bloopers. I'm sure there's bloopers. Did we do bloopers? Probably. What it takes, the tips, the tricks, the what the fuck, from a director's viewpoint. TV with commercial director. A lot of people want to know, what's the secret to booking a TV commercial? Well, in this video, we sit down with